Good morning. Good afternoon. Oh, goddamn. Y'all, I've been on the struggle bus since I got up this morning. I didn't even run the damn intro. So let's do that, shall we? Because I need just one more moment.
Father, you should know I've been going solo. Want my love, baby, earn it. Yeah, dancing on my own. See if you can follow. Got me feeling alive. Watch me go. Lose control. Is this real? All I feel. Break the signs. Every time it's real, real, real. I do what I want. 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 Hear me now, I do what I want. Are you ready now? 'Cause it won't be easy. Only get what you work for. Gotta go all out. Whenever you see me, don't be wasting my time. Watch me go. Lose control. Is this real? All I feel. Break the signs. Every time let's be real, be real, be real. I do what I want. 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 Hear me now. Watch me go. Lose control. Is this real? All I feel. Break the signs. Every time let's be real, be real, be real. I do what I want. I do what I want.
Good morning. What's new, pussycat?
Hello again. And it's afternoon. How are you? I'm great. I'm great. I've been on the struggle bus all morning, but hey, it happens. You know, some Mondays just feel like more of a Monday than other ones. And this one for me, my God, listen, okay, it took me three, was it three? 3 sets of eyelashes that boop, just, oh. And you know, I know this is going to sound funny, but how easily my lashes go on, it's typically a pretty accurate harbinger of things to come and how the day is going to go. But you know, it's good. I got it under control. The fourth pair was a charm. And I mean, honest to God, right on down to my last little emergency before I came in here was that y'all know how much I love this Ember coffee cup that, you know, they say it keeps your coffee at whatever preset temp you choose for 80 minutes. More or less, yes. Well, when I was out shopping yesterday at Home Goods, now this was so weird. I was with my sister-in-law, present member of the hi, my name's Lisa and I'm a shopaholic support group. Yeah, when the two of us are together, oh no good. But we made our purchases. I was on the way out the door and something caught my eye to the right of me, right across from the last cash register. And I was like, damn, What the hell is that? It was an Ember travel mug, a big one. Strangely enough, it only holds the same amount of coffee, but it's just taller. But it has a 3-hour battery life. So I was like, damn. And they only had a handful of them. They had about 6. Well, my dumb ass, I got it all charged up last night, and I can't wait. I'm going to use it when I do my live. And I got the coffee in it, and it's all set at the temperature. Well, guess what? I couldn't figure out how to drink out of it. It's got a lid that is spill proof. Well, up until I came in here 2 minutes before liftoff and watched an Ember YouTube video, undrinkable for moi. Yeah, it's spill proof. I'm like, if you didn't lab test it with me, you cannot just call it spill proof. If it's Lisa proof, it's spill proof. But imagine my surprise when I went to take a swig, and I'm like, wait a minute. Where's there's always a little place for the liquid to come out on any kind of travel cup. Well, this one's a little differently. I mean, I took the lid off. I'm doing one of these. I'm like, what the hell? What the fuck? So when all those fails, go to YouTube. Well, guess what you have to do? You have to, it kind of takes a dip where the lid is. You have to hit it like that. And I guess like some kind of Star Trek magic door, to the spaceship. It opens it up somehow. I didn't have time to, figure out more because it was time to come in here and hang out with all of you, which that's going to be the best part of my day. Okay. My house is still in a shambles. But I told my husband, come hell or high water, tomorrow. This house is, for the most part, all the common living areas, that's all back together. My guest room, my closet are still a mess. I'll save the closet story for another day. What month are we in? April? Yeah, my husband and I, that it's the first maybe 2 to 3 times a year we have words. And by words, I mean not any kind of screaming. We don't do that. But, things will get a little tense. And yeah, as I had every shoe, bag, etc., everywhere dumped out of garbage bags, I lined them all up like little soldiers. I went to put them in, and I'm like, wait a minute, this isn't going to be enough, these shelves. And he kept saying to me, honey, in a more clipped tone as we went along, I don't know what to tell you. You had however many shelves you had, which I know what it is, but the number doesn't matter. But he said, you now have 1 additional. So I don't know what to tell you as to why you think all of this is not going to go back in like it fit before. And of course, I'm like, I don't care what you're saying about the number. I get it. But you look here and you look there, and you tell me how all of this is going back there with what is presently unoccupied. And finally, it ended with him saying, I don't know, but you can figure it out yourself. I said, yeah, fine. That's exactly what I'll do. And if I fall off this ladder, you're going to feel really bad. He's like, oh, high drama. And then he went out and washed my car. I was like, so it's a win-win for me. And I did get the shit back in. Long story short, the reason, or long-ish story, shorter-ish. The reason it didn't, and I was right, it's not all going back, I do have one additional shelf that I did not have. It is the configuration that has made it they all fit. They do not all fit the way I would like them to. So they're just going to come and reconfigure the shelves a little bit and all will be well. A first world problems. What can I tell you? Okay, so I'm not going to drag this out too much longer because we all have lives to live. All of us except for Betty. Betty only lives to fuck around and fuck with other people's lives because that's what happens when you don't have one of your own. Okay, so y'all, I typically like to say hello to everyone individually because we got several things to look at. I'm not going to do that this morning, but I thank you from the bottom of my heart for joining me. I hope that you will be entertained because that's all I really want to do. And we're going to get right off to the races here. Now, unbeknownst to me, until I saw Savage was live, well, my goodness, Betty is in her house car yet again, her house car. That's what I call it because she uses her vehicle when it's running, of course, as it does double duty. It's a house and it's a car. So yes, there you go. House car, car house, call it whatever you want. I call it probably, well, no, her car's not a newer model, so she may be smarter than her car. She is definitely not smarter than my car, and she is damn sure not smarter than the Volvo that she got in Illinois. So I think I have them both pulled up. What I think we're going to do is the car, the Volva stream. I think we'll do that first because I've already done a little bit of commentary on the French fry hotel stream. Betty's very sad, bad day. Yeah, we're gonna get to that second, I think. And something my dumbass has never thought to do before, and I don't know why. I'm gonna speed her up. Because let's face it, if we can get through her nasty ass in half the time, well, I call that a win. The only other thing I would like to say before we get going is for those of you who, I've said this many times, but I'm going to say it again. I'm just here to, this is just a hobby for me. It's just something that's fun for me to do. I am not here all the time, every day, like many people are. I have always, since I laid eyes and ears on her, or very soon thereafter, I've never had any use for Betty. I think she's a shitbag. I think she's a horrible human being. I think she is riddled with fucking issues that I don't have enough life left to live, likely, to put on my, well, if she's an investigator, a member of the media, oh God, Betty, listen, don't bother me when I'm live. I've already talked to you about this. If Betty can be all the pretend things that she is, well, I don't think it's such a stretch for me to put on my pretend YouTube shrink hat and, play the matching game. Match the behavior to the coordinating DSM diagnostic code. Yeah, I think she's probably got a whole bunch of them that, we could use some red string and, get one of these kind of serial killer board situations going. Not that I'm saying Betty is a serial killer. No, she's just a fucking nut job, in my opinion. And Section 107, under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, commentary, education, scholarship, and research. We know that there's only one of those that's actually going to, well, I don't know, this could be a little bit of research. this is going to be for purposes of commentary. There will be elements of hyperbole, sarcasm, dark humor, dry wit, etc. If you are offended by such things, well, I don't know what to tell you. That's a you problem, not a me problem. And unlike for those of you, because I've heard this from a couple people over the last several days, how well, apparently there's a Mean Girls Club here. I mean, I am not part of any club. I don't consider myself a mean girl. I look at people like Betty as pretty much a fucking menace to society in multiple different ways. And if I want to take her behavior, Betty, if I want to take, okay, this Betty, give me a minute, and I'm going to see what it is you're bothering me about. Ah! Well, as it turns out, there's someone who's more on the struggle bus. Well, actually, they're in a struggle house car. Oh my God. I just got news from the anchor desk. Breaking news. Breaking news. Apparently, Bullhorn Betty is broken down on the way to Tennessee. To which I say, there is a God. Yes, fuck you, Betty. Oh my God. Bravo. Couldn't have happened to a nicer bitch. Oh my God. Betty, girl, I hope you have do your people pay for like what's it called? Oh, AAA. Yes. My goodness, I would hope so. Although Betty is a mechanic, so I'm sure she'll just get right underneath the sink cabinets of her car house, and she'll just pull out her, I don't know, what do you use to fix a car? Spark plugs, batteries, shit like that. Big like oil, gross. Gross. Yeah, no, I don't do car repair work. Oh, is that so sad? She can have a telethon on the side of the road while she's waiting. Oh my God. Should we? Yeah, I know I'll get in trouble if I do what do they call that? Stream swiping, sniping. Yeah, no. My reporter out in the field, please keep me updated. Send all urgent messages to the anchor desk, please. And I will keep the audience informed live as breaking news happens. Oh my God, I fucking love it. I'm sorry. I'm a petty bitch. And maybe that's God's way of telling you, along with that fucking mess on your head, and that, the black thing in your chest that is allegedly a heart, and the gaping hole on the other side that's supposed to be a soul. Maybe that's the universe's way of telling you that the state of Tennessee doesn't fucking need your help. They don't need anything from you. All you do is wreak havoc. Keep your fat ass home. Okay. Back to what I was saying. Yeah, so just for the record, Your Honor, I would like to state that the prosecution, Crimes in Fashion does not belong to any professional organizations such as the Mean Girls Club. She's a solo practitioner. Yes. And my opinions and my thoughts are mine. I know they are not mine alone, but anything I say is just because it's what I feel like saying. And my response to those of you who think that it's so mean to talk about Betty's hair, well, then maybe the bitch should buy a wig, or I don't know, consider being a nicer person. Okay, so fucking save it. Cry me a river. Don't cry for me, Argentina. No, I have never sat in this seat and picked on somebody. When you are a wretched bitch who put your fat ass and your big fucking fat face where it does not belong, which is terrorizing members of the general public and or suspects and or family members of missing, murdered, deceased people, you are fair game. Just like I'm fair game for sitting up here. And I'm sure there's people who have all kinds of thoughts about me, and that's great. I'm not here to change their mind because I don't give a fuck. When I'm done sitting in here, blah, 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 I close my office door and I'm done until I come in here again. Lately, I've only been going live on Friday nights, and I don't know. I kind of like that. But after watching Betty's behavior on her streams since she was in her little, well, the car that's smarter than her, the Volva, yeah, once I really start clapping back at her from my couch, well, yeah, that's when I say, you know what? I shouldn't keep all of this to myself. I should come and share it. So, what I would say to the people who are so bothered by, oh, the mean girls, you're so mean. You talk about people's hair, you talk about the way they look. And come talk to me when I've ever done that to, I don't know, a nice person. How about that? There's all kinds of people I see on YouTube who, let's just say, could be a wealth of comedic what's the word I'm looking for? Material. It never ever crosses my mind to take a pot shot at somebody who, quite frankly, doesn't deserve it. So there you go. If you want to feel sorry, see, here's the difference. I come in here and I shoot my mouth off and I do commentary, and some people think it's funny. I try, which is more than many of you do. So what I don't do, I don't ever get in my car. I don't cross my street. I don't interfere in people's real lives. I don't interfere in law enforcement's investigations, etc. So save it. Tell somebody who cares. I would be, quite frankly, I would be embarrassed and mortified to fly that flag. Like, hey, I'm Team Betty now because just because I'm team Betty, and it's mean. It's mean of you to talk about her hair. Oh, okay. Well, then what I would say to you is, then you know what? If you're opposed to that and you don't appreciate that, then you don't do it. Okay? Okay, sorry. That breaking news was from Amina Abdul Jalali. Damn, I thought I silenced this. It's so weird. Why is that? Oh, now it is. Okay. But wait. I'm going to have to hold on, stand by 1 moment, please. I'm going to put focus on, because if I put the focus on, then I will be silenced. Okay, perfect. Only notifications from VIPs will come in now. All right, kids. Let's get started, shall we? Oh, okay. First and foremost. Oh, this one. This gave me a laugh. I went in my YouTube to pull up the videos that I'm going to drag her on. And this is the first one that pops up. Sebastian. Oh, God. Oh, Sebastian Rogers. Think tank. Think tank. Bitch, you are an algae-filled, slimy fish tank, possibly. A think tank? What are you thinking on? Like, are you revamping the menu at McDonald's, like the dollar value menu? What are we thinking about here? I mean, oh dear God, a think tank. Yeah. I don't need any kind of thinking that comes from that particular tank. No, thank you. Okay. That was Friday. All right. So we'll just do it this way. Stand by, please. I am just so tickled that she's broken down on the side of the road. Oh, Trip. Oh, she's got 59 people watching. Trips are never without their issues. That's because of the dumb bitch embarking on the trip. Yes, that's why. Betty, it's a you problem. I don't have, listen, the kind of issue, what I consider an issue on a trip is definitely not what you call issues on a trip. And I'll just keep to myself what those might be. Okay. All right, Betty, come on. We got lives to live. Get your shit together here. On the road again. All right, let's see. Where is it that one? Is this the one? Yo, yes. Okay, Betty. We're gonna talk.
You're a parent.
We're gonna have to talk about a few things here.
And you're doing it all. You put your kids first. You make sure they stay healthy. You always keep your cool. And you
I don't want to give her.
decided to go live over here.
Jesus, Mary and Joseph. Okay. Let me full screen that. Oh boy. Is this the one? Somebody please just let me know in the chat. Oh shit. I'm scrolling all the way to the bottom. And hello, and thank you so much for everybody for joining me. I appreciate you all very much. And I would love to say hello to each and every one of you this afternoon like I usually do, but we gotta keep this party started. All right, hold on a minute. What was I just saying about the universe and what it might be sending? That was me. I did that to myself. Okay. Somebody please tell me if this is the correct video when she was in the vulva, later recanted to the proper pronunciation, Volvo. Okay, this was it. All right. And we're off. Away we go. Oh, let me speed her up too. Settings. How about we try her on 1.5? And if it's too fast, you guys tell me. Listen, even on 2 times the speed, this bitch can't talk as fast as me. So if you can deal with me, you can deal with her. Well, speed-wise anyway. Got to share it again. I almost did it again. I'm kind of known for that. Okay. All right, here we go. Just crazy nurse, if it's too fast and people are not able to follow it, text me and I will slow it down. And also, please, to the reporter we have out in the field, please, as I said a moment ago, please keep us apprised of all breaking I'm going to let that softball go. Breaking news in the on the car issues front. All right. Take it away, Betty.
It's free, and it's just the assholes. One of the little bitches over there on TikTok. Oh my god.
Oh my God. Yes, Betty, because I'm sure you are looking like a whole ass fucking goddess beached whale. I'm so sure it's some little bitch over there that is just wickedly jealous of you.
Have over Betty driving and on a live. Okay, well, okay, I'll be back over there just as soon as I park.
Betty, you're a shitbag. You are a shitbag squared. You are a fucking horrible human being. And you are the kind of asshole that is going to kill somebody or has killed someone. Not you, but someone doing the very thing you're doing. Like, the world only exists for me. Like, fuck all you people. Do you think this road is for people like trying to safely get from point A to point B? No, fuck you. This road is a cat. Oh, never mind. This road is just one long highway for Betty to rage on, to have a live rage going from one state who hates her ass to the destination where they surely hate her ass and every place in between. So, Betty, fuck you. You are a spoiled, petulant, immature child. You have a 12-year-old's mentality. I know 12-year-olds that are much more respectful and competent than you. So, I don't know. Maybe it could be people are concerned that you're going to hurt someone or yourself. I frankly don't care what you do to yourself, but other people, yeah, that I got a problem with.
Little bitches. God, you guys are so snooty. It's like, oh my God, she's got some people looking at her. Let's take her down. Fucking idiots. Anyways, guys, I just want to let you know I'm here. I'm in Illinois. I got my car. What a nightmare. Fox car rental. We say no to Fox car rental from here on out.
Guess what, stupid bitch? Normal people who aren't broke and have a fucking credit card, they don't rent cars from places called Fox Car Rental. Okay?
They're going to be right next to Spirit Airline. We say no. We will dog them from this point forward. I thought I was going to be stranded without a car in Chicago.
Well, honey, you've been stranded without a car in Florida for like what, 6 weeks? I mean, Florida, Chicago, what's the difference?
Because they say they don't take debit cards. Well, baby, that's all I got. So you're going to have to figure something out. Like,
no, you're going to have to figure something out, baby. Are you hearing yourself right now? Do you know why? I explained this, Friday night, but I'll go over it again in case anybody didn't hear. Rental car companies, honey, the reason they want a credit card is because if you damage their car, incidentals, we'll just call it, obviously not for catastrophic, like you total the thing, but they want to be able to charge that card that's on file, which is part of what you sign your life away for when you rent a car, authorizing them to do that. So the reason a debit card is not sufficient is because, well, you could have, let's see, this is Betty's bank balance. So let's say you could have $47.12 as your balance today. And then when the, unfortunate possibility comes into play that you either don't return it on time or you damage something and they want to go and charge your card, well, yeah, I mean, your balance could then be 17 cents and they're out of luck. So that's why they do that. Most adults, by the time they get to be your age, most adults understand that.
Literally don't take debit cards. And I'm like, are you telling me I'm in Chicago and I can't rent a freaking car?
Yeah, that's what they're telling you, dumbass. That's exactly what they were telling you.
No, like, no, everybody else takes debit cards. We don't take debit cards.
That is bullshit. I've never in my life heard of a rental car company. I mean, I'm obviously some though, because she had her car, but that's not typical.
What? Wouldn't take debit cards. And so I ended up 60. I think it's X.
Dumbass. It's called Sixt. Sixt. And incidentally, yours truly has used the services of Sixt. I used it in Las Vegas because they rent luxury cars. And when I say luxury, I don't mean Ferrari. They do, though. They do rent that type of car. That's a super luxury car. I just wanted like an Escalade. So they're very popular I know they are in Las Vegas, and I know I most definitely had to use a credit card.
Sixt. Save Bullhorn Betty's butt. Hi, guys. It's nice to see you. I'm alive.
Like, you can tell something is fucking wrong with her. Like, I've never seen somebody who goes from to, hey, guys. That was so fucking cringe. That was like a 12-year-old back to the 12-year-old. I mean, I can just see her in her room with, well, I was going to say with her unicorn background, but I like unicorns. Y'all know exactly what I mean. She is like, Betty, they make meds for that kind of shit. You should try them.
She's alive. She's alive. I'm just
Frankenstein reference.
I ended up cracking my leg
That's
this morning when I got up. I got a big old huge goose egg on my freaking leg.
Nobody's looking at your fucking legs. Do you think it actually matters? Trust me, with everything you got going on right here, the goose egg on your leg is the least of the problems.
The plane started off late, 20 minutes. That's not too bad. Check-in was fine. You know, I got
the octaves, like, Betty, I know you like the viola. Girl, put that viola up and I don't know, go. I did put up a community post one time. You look just like the big old Viking opera singer lady. And with as high as your screech can get, you might want to consider that.
TSA fairly quick, no problems there. The only problems I really had is
really. So is that is direct confirmation that you are not on any kind of watch list? Is that what I'm understanding? Good to know.
The car in the traffic. I ain't digging this traffic and the assholes over.
It's a major city, dumbass. What did you expect? Okay. It's a major metropolitan city. I'm shocked if you flew into O'Hare that you could even navigate it.
Over there on the one asshole over on TikTok that doesn't like me. It's like, oh my God, she's driving. We got to flag her. They took my freaking live down. Whatever.
What?
I don't understand people. I really don't.
I don't understand people either, Betty, and I definitely don't understand people like you. And Betty, I'm.
Oh my God, I gotta tell.
Betty, you've got a whole. Can y'all see my mouse? Let me see if I can. Do you see this right here? I'm going to point it out over here. Do we see this area right here? Betty, you look like you've got a whole plumber's ass crack hanging out of your right arm. Betty, that tells me you are wearing a bra that is at least 2 to 3 sizes too small around. I don't know about the cup size, the band. And girl, you need to, if you insist on wearing tank tops, pick up a barbell. Like, that's not just, oh, I'm a little, not tone. I'm a little not tone. Like, I myself need to pick a barbell up and, tighten this up. You, like I said, this is a whole ass plumber's ass on your right armpit. Not a good look, Betty. Not on you, not on me, not on anybody.
Well, I'm driving over here.
And if you're going to be so mean and hateful and all the things, I just my word of advice, just take away all of the ammunition that you can from people who like to point it out to you.
On YouTube. I'm going to go live somewhere. Nobody's going to stop Bull-Betty. Come on. We either go over, around, or under. Give me a problem. We go over, around, or under. It just is what it is. I hope everybody is having a...
How are you going to go over, around, or under this problem right here? I mean, that's a whole ass plumber's ass crack bridge for the fucking Titanic to drive over, under, or around. So you take your own advice, Betty. Take your own advice.
Wonderful day. I'm not having such a grand day. I've been traveling all day.
Having a grand day.
But because of the confusion, I went from a cheap econo car, and the only thing that 60 had, or whatever the name of that company is, the 60. I think it's 60.
It's sixth.
They had. I'm driving around like I'm driving high on a hog in a Volvo, man. And the other one was 100. I guess they were both about 100.
My guess would be they probably saw you in that car and thought you stole it. Because, yeah, you don't exactly look like you belong. You look like you belong in an economy car.
I think 180 for everything out the door.
Okay, I haven't rented a car in a long time, but can somebody... I heard she was paying $180 a day for a fucking econo car. Even for the car she's in. $180 a day. By the way, for those of you that don't know, there's a way. Not everybody pays the same rate for a rental car. I'll just leave it there. And they base that on, certain factors.
On both of them. So I'm driving in style, at least, right? But I don't like the Volvo.
No. I don't care if that's the ugliest Volvo made. And I used to have a Volvo many years ago. 2 of them actually. I don't care if it's the ugliest, most bottom of the line Volvo that is made. There's nothing, the word style and you do not belong in the same sentence. Like I said, I'm surprised they didn't think you stole it.
Volvo. I can tell you that I do not like the Volvo at all. I don't like the air conditioning in the Volvo. I don't like nothing. I don't even like the seat. My back is killing me. I don't like the Volvo. Don't get a Volvo.
You don't fucking like anything. Betty, you need help. You seriously need help. I know they make medication to at least try to mitigate some of your daily miseries that you then go and inflict on the rest of the world. But Betty, you're never happy. You are one of the most miserable people I have ever had the misfortune to come across.
Although I don't like it. You might like it. I don't like it. I was burning up, right? We're women. We're getting a little older. So we have these things called mild hot flashes at my age, okay? Where you just get a rush of heat, right? And so you're in a car and you come to a stop sign and the air conditioning just dies.
No, sweetie, you're a fucking idiot. And you don't understand how to drive the car, okay? Newer cars, Betty, that it's not a house car. It's not a car house. Maybe that's why you don't get it. But newer cars, they have this econo feature where when you come to a stop, the whole car shuts off. The minute you step on the gas, it fires up again. You can disable that feature. I do because I don't care for it either. But that's why there's a little button and it says off.
What?
She thinks
I
it's
don't know
just
what
air
a-hole
conditioning.
thought to wire a compressor to the battery that shuts off. Poor design. Poor
It was
design.
the whole,
Awful.
oh,
So
yeah,
now
I
it comes
know,
to-
because when you were a fucking engineer working for Volvo, your schematics were, much more on point with what the consumer must want. Oh my God.
Please stop. The air conditioning turns off. Can you imagine that in Florida? You have a freaking $70,000 car. And when you come to a stop sign, you are literally pouring with sweat because the air compressor turns off. If this is all the cars, my car is going to be with me. I'm just going to have to rebuild the damn thing.
Well, I hope you're starting now because it sounds like you're going to put your money where your mouth is, where that's concerned. Oh God, Betty, I really hope wherever you are on the side of the road, I hope it's about 97 with no shade anywhere. And I hope that you're sitting there for, if the universe really wanted to right itself, you'd be sitting there for 3 weeks. But we know that's not going to happen. But I hope it's miserable. I hope you're miserable. Well, more miserable than usual. Gee, Betty, I hope you've got your coffee or whatever it is you need to stay hydrated.
Like a little beep beeps. I don't like.
There's a 5-minute slowdown in 0.5 miles.
5 minutes
You're still
slowdown.
on the fastest route.
I'm still on the fastest route, y'all. This is my stop. I'm on the interstate stop. Dead stop. Dead stop.
It happens. Especially in a big
So other than that,
city.
anyways, what I was going on TikTok for before I got booted for hands-free driving. How dangerous can it freaking be? Hands-free driving. But anyways.
Hands-free driving. How dangerous can it be? Why would you need your hands? I mean, the car is just there to keep her dry and cool while she rage streams. So
that's
why
okay.
would you need hands?
It's much easier over here. This is a lot more people off anyway, so I'm good. But it was Veronica Butler and Jillian Kelly. When I landed, I noticed that there's been a release that they have been confirmed to be officially identified as Veronica Butler, 27, and Jillian Kelly, 39. So it is confirmed. It was them. I'm glad they were able to get them back. Out of all of this, as sad as everything is, and I don't even want to think of the horror.
Hey, asshole. This is the point. The first thing that you should have said is, it's with regret that I have just found out that the 2 women that were found, it's been confirmed. Prayers, condolences, whatever goes out to their families. And then you carry on with your grift, whatever it is it's going to be. But yeah, see, things like that don't come second nature to her because, in my opinion, she doesn't give a damn.
ladies went through in their final days, their final moments. I just can't. It'll make me sick. It'll make me sick to my stomach. So
See, and it's all, I guarantee you the reason that she made that statement is because you can tell there's something in her head that she identifies with something. And that is what, in my opinion, that's what prompted all her comments. I don't think she gives a damn about those women or what happened to them. I think she feels like, well, I'm not going to go in any more on that. You can read between the lines.
that's kind of where we are with that. I haven't really looked at anything to do with Sebastian Rogers or anything like that, you know. And
so
I just want to come on here and let you guys know I'm okay.
Let me guess. I don't know what airline you flew, but you probably didn't want to splurge to buy the Wi-Fi, would be my guess.
And then I'm going to go back on TikTok and piss some more people off, because I have a funny feeling people are pissed off probably over there from YouTube. They think they know that platform. They don't. Out of all the times,
Bitch, people on every platform on social media hate your guts. Okay, make peace with it. You want to be this big, like I'm an activist. I'm a this. I'm a that. Well, guess what, sweetie? That's what comes along with it. People hate you because you're a bitch.
they finally got me kicked off once, so I hate people sometimes. I really do. I think they're the biggest pieces of booty.
That's very obvious, Betty. Very
or
obvious.
finally all the rest.
Betty,
I think there needs to be more. I think there
like
needs to be more.
Betty's
Why is this
list of
doing
who
this?
she doesn't like is very long. She doesn't like men. She doesn't like women. She doesn't like children. She doesn't like dogs. She doesn't like law enforcement. She doesn't like YouTube. She doesn't like social media. She doesn't like fucking rental cars. Oh, save it. You don't like anything, Betty, because you are a miserable bitch.
I don't know how to drive this fucking. Excuse my language, this Volvo.
That's because it's
You hit the button one time,
you
it's in reverse.
are.
You go the opposite way.
Most things are, but
I don't know how to drive this car.
you don't have to drive any car.
Give me a Chevrolet. Just give me a Chevrolet. I know how to drive a Chevrolet. I don't know how to drive one of these fancy cars. I'm not a fancy person. I'm not a bougie person.
No, you don't say. Betty, did you really think that's rhetorical, I guess, because you do know that, like, I'm not kidding you. I've seen, like, I'm going to hold back a little bit because I was going to say all the people I've seen doing, well, you don't even have a job, so it would be a step up for you. But yeah, no, Betty, just take this off your plate. There is exactly no one in this world that you need to explain that you're not a fancy bougie person. Yeah, you don't exactly, drip with class or taste or even cleanliness.
I'm a conservative woman.
I'm a conservative woman. Yeah, you're a conservative woman. You're a conservative woman, allegedly, hypothetically. Yeah, you're also going to be a very lonely conservative woman the rest of your miserable life.
Sebastian Rogers. I haven't seen any updates on him yet. I did see the
Betty,
stuff coming from
like that.
The Uvalde Foundation.
Stop.
We were discussing it. There's another message that's going around. And I think that the second message about Alaska and stuff is phony. I don't think that's legit. We have corroborated the first statement being legit about how they believe there's going to be some really important news coming out.
Oh, and it's going to go through you.
There's going to be some important news coming out about this case really soon. And the Uvalde Foundation actually stated they believe more is going on. And apparently they had a lot of resources that they help out with. I didn't know that. I didn't know that they were, some of these nonprofit organizations are, partner with law enforcement. Are
you kidding me? Wait, let me get this straight. Nonprofit organizations partner with law enforcement and they help out? Are you serious? I thought you were part of a nonprofit and you're just fucking LARPing all over the world under the guise of helping, investigating, advocating, or as she says it, advocating. Aren't you? So why are you so surprised? I mean, I don't know.
I don't know if that's the case with this one or if they just preemptively decided to doing that.
You're making
just voice their concern and their opinion based upon some their relevant information. I don't know. I
gotta tell you, it pisses me off so much. When I was a kid, I loved professional wrestling. I watched it every Saturday night. This is back in the Gordon Soley era. Vince McMahon was not, well, he might have been around, but Not when I was watching it. And I know it's surprising, but yes, Crimes and Fashion was a huge professional wrestling fan. Dusty Rhodes, The American Dream. It makes me so mad that every time I see this fucking bag of mess, which is what she is, I just think Dusty Rhodes. Dusty, I'm sorry, and I apologize to your family and everyone else. And it just irritates me because I loved him. She looks like him.
But either way, when I get to the room, once I get situated and settled in, I'll come back live again. I just wanted to let you guys know I'm here. I'm in Illinois, and I've got my car. I'm just getting over to my room, and then tomorrow.
No shit. Bitch, you are sitting in a car. Your broadcast studio. Do you really feel the need to tell people you got your car? We got it, Betty. You're in your broadcasting studio, also known as a car.
Oh, I got to get up early and get traveled over there.
That was very interesting to me. And it was interesting when I heard it the last time. You know why? Because that is something sovereign citizens say. I traveled. And anybody who's watched any kind of sovereign citizen bullshit, when they get pulled over, etc., that is what they always start vomiting at law enforcement. I'm not driving, I'm traveling. I'm an American citizen and I am traveling. I am not subject to the laws of the Constitution. I am traveling, not driving. Therefore, I'm not. I promise you, she has either watched. I would not be surprised. Do not be shocked if you see her. See, because she's just a thirsty fucking bag of mess. Okay. And when people finally wise up and figure her out, although I don't know, you do not have to be much smarter than this duck to figure out what she's about. Okay. All you have to do is look at her. You don't even have to hear anything come out of her mouth. But, you're probably nicer than me and you're going to, give her the benefit of the doubt. Like, okay, well, yeah, I know she looks a whole fucking hot ass. I swear to God, I have seen homeless people begging for change in front of my 7-Eleven that look more presentable than her. Okay. But when this finally has run its course, and it will, when it's finally run its course, you don't think she can and or will go get a job, right? I mean, she could, but probably not a job that she thinks would be worthy of her, fabulous abilities. Of course, we got the little problem with the criminal record that might preclude her from some of those jobs, but she's not about to go punch a time clock. So when you are so thirsty for attention, for money, and I get it, honey, you've never had any of the above in your life. So I get it. To a degree, you don't want to let this gig go. But don't be surprised if you see her becoming a sovereign citizen, because think about it. We've all watched them and watched another one and watched another one. And if you're normal, you do it because you're sitting back going, what in the actual fuck is wrong with these people? Like, what? That's what I think. Anytime I see somebody like her, sovereign citizens, I'm just like, what is wrong with these people? What exactly malfunctioned up here in their life that has made them this?
I think I'm going to just go
and go.
Keep my mouth shut about what I'm going, but I just need to get over there and get to work. So, anyways, I guess I'll talk to you guys here in just a little bit. I got about another 30 minutes
to go until
I got my room, and then we'll be good to go. So I'll get you guys talking again. I'm gonna go back on TikTok and revive my live because of some idiot on TikTok.
How weird is that? You saw her within the span of 2 sentences go from to some idiot on TikTok. It's so fucking weird. It's so weird. Betty, how many of you are in there? Because, you're always talking about the we and the they and the them. I mean, is this like What was that chick's name? What was that movie? Classic movie. Well, there was 3 Faces of Eve. I think Betty's got a lot more than wasn't it 3? The 3 Faces of Eve. Rosemary's Baby. Yeah, she was probably the product of Rosemary's Baby. There was one with, this woman who had all these personalities inside her. I'm just wondering because I swear to God, I've never seen anybody who can change not just the thought stream, but the inflection, it's the octave, it's just bizarre.
Or Betty driving and
Her eyes.
Look, ain't those
Her eyes, fucking crazy eyes. Crazy eyes.
dangerous act in the whole world.
Looks great.
Good gracious. You know what? If I did that to somebody, I would like literally feel horrible for doing something like that to somebody.
You would feel horrible for reporting some fucking bag of mess live streaming up and down the interstate, but you do not feel horrible about setting up camp in a neighborhood and causing severe emotional distress to an autistic child, causing someone on hospice to have to go and die in a hospital rather than their house. Do you hear yourself? Betty, your issues are deep and wide, deeper and wider than your glabella. There's not enough anything in the world to fix. Honest to God, you are the LCD, lowest common denominator. And I mean, I personally, I think she is straight up the furthest thing from, she professes to be this great Christian, a Christian godly woman. I don't know. I'd submit she might be from a different place.
It's a perfect stranger. People are assholes. Put a little love in our heart. That's the message. But we don't have a lot of love. We got more than enough love from this.
You have no love.
We have more than.
You have no love for yourself, first and foremost. That's obvious. And I don't just mean the way she looks, but that is part of it. You're a slovenly mess. You have no love for yourself. You definitely do not have any love for anyone in your, vicinity. You have no love for your fellow man. You're pathetic is what you are.
Enough love from this group right here. And we just need to keep passing it on.
So I must have missed the love part.
I'm hot and sweaty. I didn't even bring shampoo. I just washed my hair last night, not expecting to have it like completely sweaty. It's so gross. So now I got.
Are you the one person, you fucking moron? Are you the one person who's traveling somewhere who doesn't? How do you pack? What do? Just get your fucking plastic grocery bag that you brought your gray meat home in last week. Start picking up, dirty shit off your floor. I can see Betty doing this. Like, yeah, okay, shove it in there. Yeah. Are you the one dumbass who, when you're packing to travel, you don't get on your phone and pull up the location you're going to? I don't know, perhaps check the temperature. How else do you pack? Well, with her, all she owns is stretch jeans. And when I say stretch, I don't mean 98.2. I mean probably 60-40. Like pajama jeans, think. And, stretched out shirts with poorly fitting undergarments. What? Where did you think you were going? Do you know what month it is? I mean, I don't have to check the temperature in Illinois to know. Well, let's see. It is spring and it's probably cooler in the evenings and anywhere between mid to low 70s to perhaps upper 80s, depending on where I'm going. Where'd you think you were going? Siberia? I mean, that's where I would like you to go. I would love that. I think that would be great. I mean, honest to God, I've just never seen anyone who is such a chronic fucking malcontent and takes absolutely no personal responsibility for anything. I suppose it's like, is it Noah's fault that, and when I say Noah, I don't mean the ark. That's the, the weather people. You should know that, Betty, because they are a very integral part of tracking hurricanes and whatnot. So yeah, it just, everything is a problem for her. She is unhappy about everything in the world, and none of it is any fault of her own. Nope. Everyone else.
Gotta wash it again, which sucks because that means my hair's probably gonna be frizzy tomorrow. But it doesn't matter. I'm just gonna throw it in a ponytail anyways.
It doesn't matter because that melted fucking dryer lint that you're rocking, that you insist on hanging on to, I've told you 1,000 times that shit is not coming back. It's not coming back. It's a wrap. It's done. The regrowth looks 1 million times better than all the shit. And just from me to you, because I know you watch, Betty, the worst thing you can do to that hair is wash it. That hair is completely fucking dead. It has no oil. It has nothing in it. You washing it every single day. Nobody needs to wash their hair every single day unless they have very, very oily hair. And even now, hairdressers do not recommend that you wash it every day. You can put dry shampoo on it, which is nothing but powder for the most part. Yeah, we're going back like Marie Antoinette days. That's what they did. That's why they powdered their hair, because they didn't have shampoo. And the powder would absorb the bugs and well, I don't know about the bugs, but the oils and, cover up the smell. But yeah, Betty, the worst thing you can do for that shit that you insist on hanging on to is continue to wash it, because there's no way in hell it's oily. No, just leave it alone. What you should do, well, never mind. Just shave it. It's a
I
wrap.
have to say thanks, guys. I really do appreciate it. A big shout out to my mods.
Or
My
at least
mods
cut it.
have been amazing. They've been an amazing support system for me. As you can imagine, the last several years haven't been the easiest on me or my team.
And I'm sure as such, Betty, I'm sure you compensate them very well. I'm sure you thank them on the regular. And by the way, this is the one thing I've heard you say I actually agree and or believe. I bet they do work hard. And I also bet that, Betty, you're one of the most ungenerous persons I've ever, well, I haven't encountered you, thank God. But yeah, I'm fairly certain that, maybe you should throw them a gift card every now and again, birthdays, major holidays, shit like that. Because, having you come out at the tail end of one of your rage streams. Well, this isn't really a rage stream. This is just a bitch stream. Yeah, that's, cash is the gift that keeps on giving.
And I'm just really excited that we're going to be hopefully putting an end to a lot of this bullying on YouTube. We'll see how everything goes.
Good luck with that, sweetie.
Nothing's a for sure thing. So all I can do is go in there, be as prepared as I can be.
And just for the record, I'm
pray to God that the judge sees things the way I see.
He won't. I definitely do not condone or approve of anyone bullying anyone on any platform. But my definition of bullying and yours are two different things. And wouldn't it be nice if all of life's problems were as easy as pushing a button and walking away? You could solve all your own problems.
See things, and if they do, then we'll be successful. In these things, I don't expect to be hit 100 out of 100. So I expect
you're not going to hit 1 out of 100.
Something gets through, something gets taken away. It's kind of the way how it all works. So we'll see what the ending result
in her expert
is
legal
once
opinion.
this is all over with. I just hope that while I'm litigating this, that my safety is the concern of this community of the judge. Because
it's not, because you're not in any danger. You're in more danger from yourself than you ever have been or will be from Queen Bee.
I do have to litigate this case, and I've got a hard enough time and an uphill battle as is without the threat of some violent person
that
has no problem taking tire irons and punching girls in faces in stores and stuff like that.
I have no fucking
it's a
idea
little
what
concerning
you're
for me, somebody like
talking
that
about
threatening me, telling me to fuck around and find out how big she is and how she can't wait to see me. Those are threats.
Betty, that's all rhetorical. Okay, dumbass. And I don't know that she did do that, but if she did, it Betty, it's kind of like when you announce to everyone that you carry. This is open carry. And if my safety, if I feel I'm not safe, I'll never forget the time a couple years ago this stupid bitch told someone that this is Florida. This is a stand your ground state. I can shoot you from inside my house. Like if the scenario was you were walking up in her yard. She said she could open a window, stick her gun out, and shoot. She knows absolutely nothing about the law. So I would take nothing that she says as any kind of fact. So
And I'm taking it as that.
she's
So we'll see how everything goes tomorrow.
she's made many not only veiled threats, but not so veiled threats at many people. So Betty, fuck you.
So that's it. We're here.
Thank God. Thank God. Thank God. Something tells me though, this is not it. No, we've got one more to go. Okay. So. Oh, yes, she absolutely did do that. I'm just peeking at the chat real quick. Yes, Dee Dee, yeah, I don't wash my hair with a tub of bleach. That's why. And, here's the good news for Betty with the hair. I gotta say, clearly her hair grows incredibly fast, which is, look, God gave her something. Which is why I do not understand. Clearly, she's finally taken the advice of somebody and is letting it grow out. Now, my guess would be a hairdresser probably said, look, the best thing you could do if you will not let me just shave it off is stop coloring it, let it grow out. And once we get to, I would imagine Betty's a quantity over quality person. That is very evident. So she's going to hang on to those melted strands. But I'm really pretty amazed at how much of it's grown out. And it's not bad. What has grown out is 1 million. I don't care if it's 50% gray, which it looks like. She looks like she's got quite a bit of gray. So do I. I'm 50% gray. And blonde, in my experience, blonde does hide gray the best. But, that's it. You also have to keep up with it, and it has to be done professionally. I would never dream of doing my own hair. Not blonde. I've done it when I was much younger. Yes, I did my own hair all the time, but it didn't matter then. But yeah, I dare say, based on that picture, my God, in 6 months, if she doesn't touch it, I bet she could get what I know. There's a couple of hairdressers in the chat. What do they say is typical? An inch? Is it an inch? An inch a month? That sounds like a lot. No, that might be right. In 6 months' time, honest to God, she could probably have that regrowth, like maybe chin level, and then just zip all that shit off, and she'd be back at like 0. All right, y'all, I'm gonna I got my lunch here. I'm gonna mute for 1 second because this is the loudest cellophane in the world, and I don't want to kill your ears. I'm gonna mute it. I'm gonna pull the other one up, and I'll be right
What does the future of strength look like? It's a personal
filing. So whatever they're saying about that, even the judge said he missed it, but he saw it. So when I brought it up to him, I said, well, it's all there in the notice of filing. The notice of hearings in the notice of filing. Put in here and we'll start. You guys gonna eat?
Okay. We got her queued up. Who's crying? I hope it's Betty. I hope that bitch is sitting on the side of the road just bawling, having an absolute meltdown. She's watching. Hey. Oh, Betty, God, it feels great. I just set my thermostat at like 71. Oh, it's beautiful in here. How is it on the side of the road, girl? Now listen, I don't want her to get hurt. I mean, I want her to sit there and feel the hurt, but I don't want her to get hurt. So Betty, my advice to you is get your ass in your car, lock your doors, and wait forever. What poor bastard is coming to save the day for you? Hello. Okay. All right, Betty, you ready? Okay, now we're at the part of the program where Betty, and y'all, I've been in the other window the whole time, so I'm not seeing any of the chat. I'm sorry. For me, it's a good thing not to see the chat, I think. Not because I don't want to talk to you guys, but on this kind of stream, I got to stay on track. And I don't have two monitors, although I do have a second monitor on the floor next to me, which is not doing me much good there. But it's just very difficult to stay on track and, watch the chat. So thank you very much to the mods. They're holding it together. They're doing the hard job. I'm just shooting my mouth off. Okay. Gonna full screen this and okay, so here we are. Betty has now had her very sad day in court, and oh my God, the outfit. Betty. We'll let her play for probably what will be 11 seconds, but
Get on with me. McDonald's. Cold McDonald's.
I lied. Betty, let me tell you something. It is never a good look. I don't care if it's you. I don't do it. I won't do it. This is bad enough, but I'm starving. I haven't eaten today, so I'm going to eat this lollipop while but even I try and eat my lollipop in a graceful, the classiest way you can eat a lollipop. Wow, live streaming. It's not a good look, Betty. It's not cute. And on you, it's really not cute to be shoving French fries down your pie hole. And listen, after seeing you in the car on the way there, Betty, you don't look good. You need to meet, listen, Elvira, as if, just the pallor. Betty, you need to meet the sun, girl. You live in the fucking Sunshine State, remember? Now, I'm not telling you to go out and get melanoma, but there's a whole big gray, well, not gray, never mind. Poor choice of words. There's a whole big area between Casper, the friendly gut. No, never mind. That won't work either because you are not friendly. You do have his complexion though. So I do too. But I mean, but that's why I fake tan. So from Casper to melanoma, we got a whole big old area in here. Dude, like you look sick. You look sick. You look sickly. You do not look well. And that's not all just pallor, but not a good look. And Betty, I'm telling you right now, you keep up this kind of lifestyle you're living, and please do by all means, because I don't give a fuck about you, and I don't care how long you're around. But just little friendly advice from an educated person to a not educated one. Drinking copious amounts of coffee and maybe, I don't know, special coffee. Vaping, not probably sleeping properly, and existing on a diet of cheap no-tell motels and fast food. That's, boy, if you're not on Lipitor yet, you will be. Keep it up.
McDonald's fries. I love that shit. Hey guys, nice to see you.
So
Wait for people to
ladylike.
get here.
So ladylike.
Because I go,
You fucking choose, like, I've seen cows chew cud that were more polite. It's bad enough you're feeding your face on a live stream. They're already cold. Why not just wait and do your very important live and then eat your cold French fries? Why not just go to the vending machine and get some like peanut butter crackers? I don't know. Anything. But it's never a good look for anyone, but especially for, well, I was going to say lady, but that's not the right term. One of the female persuasion to, it's just gross. So if you must eat on stream, guy, could you at least close your fucking mouth when you chew?
just show you guys some things.
Mm-hmm.
Nice to see everybody. Hello, hello, hello.
If this piece right here breaks away,
Happy Biggles, nice to see you. Nice to see you all. So we're
Just
just coming in
amazing.
right now. I'm just waiting for you guys to come in, and we'll get started on today. What happened at court? Apparently, people aren't allowed to talk about it unless I say something first.
that wasn't it. Any of us can talk about it as much as we want, but she's referring to Queen Bee. I do believe that, as she stated, she was just waiting to, before she did her live, she was curious to see what you were going to say and how you were going to spin it. That's all it was. You, as usual, you read a nefarious motive into everything. It's just, I mean, everybody would do the same. There's no there. There's nothing nefarious. It was just curiosity.
You know, because they want to try to switch and twist and turn and lie and manipulate their audience. So we'll wait for a few people to get in, and then we'll get started on the information. Hey guys, I'm seeing you come in. Yep, you know what? Trying to do with the phone. Everything's on my computer. Pick up a few things, product.
Woo! That was not a good angle. Woo! Oh, Betty. Oh, you're killing me. I'm assuming that's the infamous cardigan on the bed. Well, thank you, baby Jesus, that she covered up those udders. Well, you know, she is chewing like a cow, so I'm just going to call them what they look like. Yeah, boy. You know, Jane Russell made an 18-hour bra. I don't know if they still make those. Playtex, Jane. Oh, it wasn't Jane Russell. She was the spokesperson. It was the Playtex 18-hour bra. Betty, you need a 24-hour bra. Sleep in it. I mean, I think the damage has already been done. But, you know, it's just to think that you would wear that getup into court. It's actually got me wishing for the purple cachet abomination. It at least that only had the little vertical straps going across that. Like, Betty, there's a reason that cachet is no longer in business in the malls. Okay, at least I don't think they are. And all of your cachet stuff looks like it's circa 1998, 99. That is so wildly inappropriate for courts. Even if she wore the cardigan, unless she had it buttoned to right about where the gold horizontal, what someone said looked like a horse bit, which, by the way, Gucci uses horse bits quite a bit. That's part of their brand iconography. That's definitely not Gucci. Of that, I know. But yeah, not appropriate for court.
First and foremost, I want to let you guys know, her attorney did receive a notice of hearing from me, so did the courts. They overlooked it. That was acknowledged at the court hearing.
You guys want me to slow her down on this one?
copy?
Because she is super hyped. She's super hyped and super manic in this. So I'm going to put her back on regular speed, because it is going to be hard to understand. Okay, here we go.
I've got a email right here to Mr. Phillips for that notice of hearing. So this idea that it wasn't noticed up is hogwash.
Betty doesn't understand. I told her when all this started, I said, girl, you need to go get yourself a copy of Illinois Rules of Civil Procedure. It's the book, it's the Bible, it's the playbook, it's the way it's done. And it accounts for every possible procedure. What happens if this part of the procedure isn't right? If this, then that. It lays it all out. The people who wrote it were really smart. They were able to foresee all kinds of problems that could come up, but some things are non-negotiable. And one of those things is the procedure for noticing up your hearings. And for any that don't know and haven't heard this before, judges we'll just stick with this system. Judges do not I won't say never, but it is exceedingly rare that judges ever do what's called a sua sponte ruling or motion. That is where a judge takes it upon themselves to make a decision or issue a motion for the parties without anyone asking him to do it. Judges are there to, in this, we'll stay in this civil case. Well, here's the rule book. This is how things go. We're not even anywhere close to the stage she thinks she's at. Okay. And what she failed to understand, even at this time, something tells me she knows now. Everything you want from a judge, well, the ask is a motion. That's the ask. You ask a judge to make a ruling on your motion. And, sometimes it's an order. So everything she's saying is complete bullshit.
It was absolutely noticed up.
That's all you have to do.
He was provided a notice of hearing. Mm-hmm. A notice of hearing was submitted into the court record under a notice.
Wasn't submitted properly.
Of filing. So whatever they're saying about that, even the judge said he missed it, but he saw it.
Oh, sure.
So when I brought it up to him, I said, well, it's all there in the notice of filing.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, that happens all the time. The clerk messes it up. The other party messes it up. Even the judge is wrong. Betty's the one who's right. So they all screw up. And the woman has planes, trains, and automobiles. Well, a train is the only thing she hasn't traveled on yet. And Betty, maybe you should consider that. Call Amtrak. Oh, hell, there's somebody on here. Hey, hit them up. I think they know a lot about Amtrak schedules. Yeah, you ought to, look into that, because it would probably be more reliable than your house cars and all. You've got transportation voodoo, it seems. But yeah, it just doesn't make any sense at all that you would have to take a flight from Florida, rent a car, stay in a hotel, but, oh, yes, ma'am, we're sorry. This is it's all our fault. Pardon us. Nope, you did everything right. We're to blame. But sorry about your luck, even though the other attorney is willing to go ahead and argue the motions that you didn't properly set for hearing. Yeah, no, sorry.
Notice of hearings in the notice of filing. And so he looked at it and he said he's sorry that he overlooked it. So let's get that right out of the way first and foremost. The judge is, he moved in. So now the judge.
He moved in. Really? How does he like Florida? Is he enjoying it? Does he like your hovel? Maybe the judge is renting your house. Is that how it's going? The judge moved in. No, what Betty should say, as a legal professional, I think what she meant to say was the judges rotate within the within the court. The judges go to different divisions, etc. And it's that time of the rotation. So the first judge has been rotated into another division. And now we have a new judge. Yeah, the judge moved in.
Judge has confirmed with her attorney that he can no longer ask me to get a counsel. Okay. I'm representing.
That's just a real, she's doing the stupid persons, but you know, that's her people she's talking to. She's doing the dumb persons, like double talk. She's just using a little bit of wordplay. Because my understanding is it was indeed put on the record that she is pro se and she has no plans of hiring an attorney. I don't have any problem at all believing that. What I know did not happen is the way she's going to tell it, which is, you're not allowed to tell me to get counsel anymore, despite the fact that I'm an absolute dumbass that has no idea what I'm doing. You're not allowed. That makes me feel bad. So you're not allowed to tell me that anymore. Okay. Carry on.
Myself, at this point, he's been badgering me. Now he's forced not to badger me anymore. The judge accepted it on the record and said, ma'am, are you going to be representing yourself? I said, yes, sir. He goes, okay, then it's settled.
I got to say, I've got a mallet. I got a lollipop. I got a fan. I had a lot of things I've used as a pointer. I have never used a McDonald's extra large, supersize me, French fries as a visual aid. I think that means you should probably shove more of them down your face.
So we're done with that argument. What I did,
it never was an argument. It was just the new judge coming on. In my opinion, that was a CYA move. CYA, not really found under that particular statute code. You won't find it under CYA, but it's just kind of like a, cover your ass. Yeah, he just wants to make sure, because he's new coming in, that we get it on the record out of the cow's mouth. Yes, out of the little cow's mouth, that, yes, Your Honor, I am pro se because I know everything in the world. I was a legal professional.
Did this complaint. It was done in an effort to outline the issues that I have been dealing with.
I think it was done in an effort to silence someone with a bigger platform than you who was clowning you, deservedly so, and shining a spotlight on your really disgusting, grimy, tragedy pimp behavior. And we can't have that. And Betty is used to being the head bitch in charge. She didn't like that somebody stood up to her and said, fuck you, you're not going to tell me what I can talk about. I'd say that's a more realistic version of why she filed the lawsuit.
Outline the issues that I've been going through. We knew that whenever I was preparing this, I knew up front that this was going to be because it's a complex issue, right?
It is not a complex issue. It is a very simple issue. You are a crybaby bitch who's very good at dishing it to everyone and everyone around you, but you can't take it. I don't know any conservatives who are desperate to silence all dissenting opinion.
Right? We have a lot of moving parts with this.
Well,
so I'm putting the stuff and I'm actually meeting those elements. Now, does the judge think I'm meeting those elements or not? We don't know. We argued the case today. Of course, her attorney,
you didn't argue any case today. None of your shit was heard. The other party, Queen Bee's lawyer, this is his motion to dismiss your burning pile of shit. That's it. That's all.
misrepresented a lot of information before the court, which I had an opportunity to correct for the court. And so it seems to me, now I don't know how the judge is going to rule. I mean, he could throw the whole court case out. They're not going to preclude me from refiling.
Oh, and that's where she's probably made one of her first fatal errors. Never, ever, ever a good idea to, before there's even a ruling, to basically tell the judge, listen, I don't give a shit what you say. I'm Bullhorn Betty and I'm going to do what I want. And as I said the other night, it's pretty rare that judges make a ruling with prejudice, meaning you can never file this claim of action again. But you know, it's got to be pretty extenuating circumstances for them to do that. And I think that said a lot, what she just said. And let's not forget, bitch, you are not a taxpayer in the state of Illinois. And you're probably not a taxpayer in the state of Florida, except for sales tax and, you know, presumably some little pittance of property tax.
So that's first and foremost. Secondly, the judge listened. He really listened to, oh, nice to see you all. So we're just coming in right now. I'm
Damn it.
Stuff and I'm actually, and so I'm just going to keep doing what I do, put my faith in the justice system and pray to God.
Put my faith in the justice system.
One little caveat for a significant amount of time, because typically we have, you know, orders within personal appearance where Queen Bee chose not to show up and taking his time, and he promised me he's going to read every. We argued the case today. Of course, her attorney misrepresented a lot of information before the court,
the record
which I had an opportunity to correct for the court. And so it seems to me, now I don't know how the judge is going to rule. I mean, he could throw the whole court case out. They're not going to preclude me from refiling. So that's first and foremost.
Keep talking about that.
Secondly, the judge listened. He really listened.
You like me? You really, really like me? Yeah, Betty, my God, that is reminiscent of Sally Field's Oscar acceptance speech. Oh, my God. Was that for Norma Ray? No, I don't think it would have been Norma Ray. No, it was, oh, God. It'll come to me. It was a fabulous movie. She deserved that award. Betty, the only award you're going to get is worst dressed slovenly tragedy pimp. That's the only award you're getting. There was something else about this I wanted to say. I don't remember. Hold on. I'm going to jump back into the chat. I need an update. Can anyone tell me, is Bet still on the side of the road? Hey, Betty. God, it feels so good in here. 71, balmy 71. I got water. I got lollipops. I got candy. And oh, yeah, I have a husband too. And if all else fails, I just press that little button in the car and the lady comes on and says, hi, are you in a safe area? Who you calling, Bets? Who you going to call? So, does anybody have an update for me? Is she okay? She's in a hotel. Oh, thank God. Thank God. Did they have to tow her car? Did they tow her and the car? And if so, who did they put the winch on first? That's inquiring minds want to know. Let me guess where she's staying. Well, it's probably got a 6 or an 8 in it. Okay. Yeah, Betty. God, it must. These are the times when I've got to imagine that, oh, it must just suck to be alone. Try being nicer. Maybe you too could find a husband to call. See, I've had the opposite problem in my life. I've always had some women could never find husbands. I could never stop finding them. Oh my God, Mitten Mama, that is my guess. That is actually my guess. Yes, bro, Charlotte. I heard she did. Oh, damn. Now, see, I'm sorry to hear that. I was hoping she was going to be in like, oh, I don't know, Nevada. That But hey, here's the good news. I mean, not so good for her, good for us because haha, you're a bitch and nobody cares. It's expensive when you break down. Oh, Ange Carter, you were the same. Okay, good. I mean, listen, there's a reason my name's Jaja. And y'all know it's not because I'm Hungarian. Okay. All right. This one though, this Mr. Crimes and Fashion, he's it. When I moved here, I said, you know what? When I leave here, it's in a box. All right. It's not about me, it's about Betty. Carry on, miserable bitch.
To the issues.
Somebody please tell me she has a good meltdown in that hotel room. And if she does, we won't do it tomorrow because I absolutely have got to get this house back together. But I promise that if she has a good epic rage meltdown in the no-tell motel Holiday Inn, although Holiday Inn's probably a little too classy for her, I promise we will review it.
He is taking his time, and he promised me he's going to read everything associated with it. And as I started out here,
well, he's going to have to read a whole lot of it to make a ruling.
We only need to move.
It's not a personal favor to you, moron. That's what he has to do to make a ruling.
This case forward. So whether I have 1 count, 2 counts, or 3 counts to move forward, having a count, it's still a.
Do you mean like Count Chocula? Count Dracula? What?
Case. Remember, we got to remember when we start.
Speaking of Mr. Crimes and Fashion, he just walked in the door. Let me just say hello. I'm going to mute 1 minute and I'll be right back. Okay, carrying on.
This out almost, well, we're coming up right at a year. We were told every single thing that we were told always seems to be not what ends up happening, because a lot of people, in my opinion, like to take victory laps long before the victory has had. And that's the case here. We've been going on this. I was told.
Betty, what do you know about victory laps? You should start swimming some laps, maybe. Or I don't know, take some victory laps. I don't care, but you should strongly consider some kind of laps. LAPS, not laps like laps in judgment. You have that all the time. No, laps like in a pool, on a treadmill, around the block. Betty, why don't you walk to your next gig? Damn. That's a brilliant. I just had a better idea. Not only could you hoof it to your next gig, Betty, you could do like the kids do for like middle school and high school fundraisers. But instead of selling candy bars, you get people to donate like $1. Oh, Betty, get them to donate $1 a mile. And then, girl, you could buy a car that's smarter than you instead of renting one. Betty, this would be a win-win. And it would just be a win-win on many fronts, Betty. I think you should consider it.
The audience has been told that I have no case, and this case will be laughed out of a courtroom. We're still standing this far.
Betty, it will be. But I know you don't understand this, but there's a process. There are procedures. And you are the one who has drugged this thing out for, almost a year. So don't worry, ye of little faith. It is going to get laughed out. But nobody said it was going to get laughed out in 37 seconds. I mean, it should have, but hell, they couldn't even have read the pile of shit in 37 seconds.
In. I've made a personal appearance where Queen Bee chose not to show up, and she did that out of strategy.
When
She didn't want to be.
When she said, I made a personal appearance, I bet you, what do you think? You think you're Karen Reed? You come back to me when you got some Karen Reed hair, okay? I made a personal appearance. You had no choice, dumbass. This was not a fucking celebrity meet and greet. This was the judge saying, have your ass in Illinois on such and such a date at such and such a time. I made a personal appearance. Betty, if you get your wish, well, never mind.
Answering questions that I have for her, and that's okay because they're talking about process, right? He's challenging the process because they don't have.
No. He never challenges the process because he understands the process because he went to law school to learn the process. He is challenging your lack of participation, proper participation in the process. Betty thinks that she just gets to make her own process. It doesn't work that way, honey. You're not in Betty's world anymore. This is the land